Hello, beautiful souls. I am going to be sharing something I wrote this morning because of how harsh I was being, really harsh, and I was doing it for a reason for certain people. But it makes you to the world look like, oh, she's not spiritual, she ain't in her heart space. And the people that I know that are in their heart space and spiritual is because they're taking life force from other people and using their energy to stay in their heart space. And they're all the ones that, by the way, will say that and teach plebeians to believe that in order that they can use them. So stay in your center. I'm going to read this. Hating people. No, I don't. Both love and hate are bipolar extremes. Having all love and light or all hate and darkness are imbalances. This is a lie we use to cover our own butts, ifs and ands. People are their actions. Humans are a state of conditioning, or humans are a state of conditioning. A petri dish of cultures. Souls are perfect. They are either alive or dead, in that they are not yet quickened. They are basically humans smoldering, or like flax burning. That's a scripture, by the way. Look it up if it doesn't make sense to you. Like combustible objects, but not ignited. Not truly alive inside, not sovereign. I love souls, but I will never let an animus or unaware human being ever try to harm me again. I have worked with them all my life for free, which means nothing, which means I paid my own way. I cannot open this and I can't figure out why. Okay, let's see if we can fix it so I can keep on reading it. Odd. I'm sorry this is taking so long. Like, what do you do? Say, how was your day? Wow, I don't get it. I don't get what's going on with Facebook. Apparently, my screen also in my phone internet is way slow. So yeah, fun staring at me. Should I start this over again? Oh, here we go. Sorry if that wasn't fun. So I love my soul, and I love souls, but I never will let an animus or an unaware being ever try to harm me again. I have worked with them all my life for free, which means nothing, which means I paid my own way and was tormented on top of that with pure evil, while they told everyone they paid the way, rent, groceries, and made me out to be a scrub, like they were, even if I worked 12 hours a day. They gave the gift and they took in return by my chakra or through my chakra. You see, people are so into New Age Satanism or any ism of lower chakra drives that they don't believe in family line priestesses or kings. They murdered them all, they think, 5,000 years ago, when we left the lunar age for the external worship of the sun and the sun gods, all education and linear expression. Now, some people say that this happened 12,000 years ago, younger Dryas time. I'm using 5,000 as the marker for when they pretty much wiped all the shamans out who worked with the moon and had those belief systems. They've been being exterminated forever, but I mean, when there was a big roundup of them was about 5,000 years ago. You know, like the druids being gathered up by the snakes, and it happens, you know, all over. Look at Australia. England literally went in there and bred them out because they thought that they were animals, and that's because they believe in sun worship and sun gods and slaves, and and everything being the light and open, but at the same time being mega ignorant. We got 2 dogs fighting next to me. So 5,000 years ago, the lunar age and was replaced for the external worship of the sun, and all education and linear expression also went that way, meaning you took your center self off your center and you put it to outside external gods and belief systems. And that's our whole culture. So that's not something I'm saying people do knowing. They don't know. So these are all externalized lies. You think you are a shaman, and you worship, and you make contracts with the sun gods, which killed all shamans when the solar age began. You will bow to anything you think will give you power over your enemies, which is your own self-hatred. Now, I do know that all the ancient kings, the dead kings, the shaman kings, the shahs, the Caesars, the Anunnaki, the Enochians, the Enochs, that all this stuff, the Book of Enoch, I know these things in the Watchers and the aliens and all this, they're all the same thing. Like the Dogons talk about the star people being reptilians, but then they would come back later as humans. Already happened. We make fun of the fact that they're serving in our office, reptilian hybrid people. They look like humans on the outside, but on the inside they are not. And it reminds me of a dream I had recently, which I found a snake tongue sticking out under my own tongue, and I pulled it out and it cut it off. It was a pretty cool dream. So you see the future in dreams. You can see the past in dreams and start making more sense of it and utilizing them both at the same time to see the future. So everything in this sun age has become externalized lies about you. You think you are a shaman, you worship and make contracts with sun gods, which killed all shamans when the solar age began. So you will now bow to anything you think you will give that will give you, power over your enemies, which is your own self-hatred. I am a crone now, and I am beyond the stage of nurturing people awake in this hateful, greedy world. I teach. I don't GAF about people knowing who they think I was in the past, in the present, or any of those lies. I learned, period. I pushed myself through my hell, and now I keep my own life force. I don't follow religions or pendulums that constantly sway, change with ages, times, and seasons. I work with natural order within me. Those coincide naturally with the times and seasons of nature, as the current of the earth and astral are one order here. So are the ethers and the elements, elementals of God, Creator, which you are and can consciously function as. How much of an angel are you? How many angles of your own thought forms within your Shem system, internal, not external, can you see? Can you speak with? Can you cognate through? That's up to you. Spring under these eclipses with the particular placements of Mars, Libra, and Mercury were all supercharged and exhausted at the same time. Being forced to purge for the coming eclipse, we all were. So, I use my power to voice and to war, and then I sit at the right hand and rest. I let God, my soul, which the scripture is talking about, the Bible is, it's an alchemical text. I let my God say, sit here in my heart space until your enemies are my footstool. Remember, who's your Lord, who's the glory, who's the lifter of your head, your chi, your Lord, your Merkava. It's the soul. It's through the heart space. That's the most powerful. That's being God. Now, some people got to hack other people's to stay in that, and that's what they do. I do what I do, So I use the energy when God tells me to sit here and rest. That's how you make your energy different and you make the other people your footstool. You lower their energy beneath you. I bow to my soul when my soul says. That is hard, especially when you have ridden the charge of the past astro for a few months now, because it was very tense and I was getting very out of my heart space, processing the anger of people using me. And that's okay, because I put myself there on purpose to test myself. But if I don't listen, raise my kundalini, bow to my soul, my center, clear the ties with this world, I get in the way and I get exhausted. So I get in the way of my own energy. I get exhausted. If you never knew astrology, you still have the signs all around you and in you, above, below, within, without. It is God's creation in you. Bow to your soul. See yourself. True love is to wake to your own soul. True hate is to use it for evil. If people turn against you and want to devour you or bite the hand that fed them, let them eat their own vomit as a dog, because as powerful as they seem to their collection of groupies, that is all they are to me. Bow to your soul and get ready for the astrology storm. I love storms. I work with storm gods as well as the lower world, called shamanism by some. The sun will come out again through you, the soul. God, the soul, is never late and never slacking, just long-suffering in me. Bow to your soul. So these are the things I've been writing, and I will continue to share my writing, because I believe that comes from, the creative space I need to be in right now. And where I don't have AI right now and the money to pay AI to make movies for me, or I would with my poems and my speeches. You're going to have to see my face. So, this is how I create. If it ministers to you, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's okay, because you're not me and I'm not you. And we're not at the same space, place, time, dimension, belief system on the same path. And I want the no pendulum, no path. So that's how that makes sense to me. And having seen with, felt, touched, energy, and interdimensional beings and thought forms through ceremony, not through going crazy, though that has been done to me too. That's what being an angel is. You're being the bridge, as I've said before, the rainbow bridge between two worlds. You're filling the gap. You're being the answer between heaven and earth, through yourself, above, below, within, without. Call that what you want to, what you will, what you need to understand yourself as. It's okay, whatever path you take. But like I said, don't be lower than me. Don't be low. Don't make yourself too low. Because if not, I'm going to turn that current around according to if and when and how I see fit, in order to utilize that current just as I was taught. Thank you, beautiful souls.